This video will show you how to replace your front ABS wheel speed sensor on this Ford F-150. This will be located inside of your front wheel well. Let's get into it. Okay friend, let's prepare to remove our driver's side front wheel. To do this, safely raise and support the front end of the vehicle so the wheel's off the ground. After you've completed that, we're going to remove our center cover. To remove your center cover, you're going to find that there's a small slot on the cover itself. You can make your way in between and gently pry. Once you've removed your center cover, a quick inspection will set that aside. Now that exposes our 6 21mm lug nuts. Let's remove all those so we can remove our wheel. Now that we have the wheel off, we have a clear view of the brakes. You just want to give those a quick inspection as we continue on. I'm going to start installing one of my lug nuts, just a couple threads, and next we're going to prepare to start removing our caliper. Prior to removing the caliper from this area, I always like to dislodge my ABS wheel speed sensor wiring harness from that first. Now if you were looking behind this area, you're going to find that you have two 18mm headed mounting bolts holding the caliper bracket to your steering knuckle. For the first mounting bolt, we're going to remove it, a quick inspection, and start it back in a couple threads, continuing on to the next mounting bolt. Take hold of your caliper. We're going to finish removing that first mounting bolt that we have in just a couple threads. Now we'll take the caliper and we're going to carefully lift it up. A quick inspection of our brake pads and confirm that there's no brake fluid leak, and we'll rest this aside. When you rest it aside, you want to make sure you're putting no pressure on the flex hose. We're being very careful that the caliper does not fall down. Remove your lug nut and remove your brake rotor. Set that aside. Now with the brake rotor out of the way, we're paying attention to our ABS wheel speed wire. You can see that it has a rubber grommet that slides into the steering knuckle. Just go ahead and pull that out of place. Now we're moving along to our 5mm Allen head mounting bolt. Go ahead and remove that. Once you have the bolt out of there, a close inspection, we will be reusing this. If it looks like it's rotted or weak, you want to replace it. We'll use some penetrant in this area. Now I'm going to be using some pliers. I want to try to take hold of the sensor and give it a slight wiggle. We're attempting to work that penetrant into the steering knuckle along the ABS wheel speed sensor. There's a small rubber gasket here. We're just trying to apply some lubricant. Now as I twist, I'm slowly pulling. Slides right out. Now if your sensor broke off inside of the wheel bearing, that's something that you're going to have to take care of before you continue on. This looks good. Let's go ahead and move along. We're following the ABS wheel speed sensor up along our brake flex hose next. You're going to find that you have two plastic mounting points. For those, typically you can just spread the two ears and pull the ABS wheel speed sensor wire out of place. As you move up towards the top of the flex hose, you're going to find that there's a bracket. This is also holding the ABS wire. Go ahead and take hold of that and lift it up and out of position. We're following that up the shock tower next. Now up in this area, we're actually going to have to pry this out of place. So I'm just using a trim tool. You can use pretty much anything as a small prying device. Now the ABS wheel speed sensor wire goes up and behind our front fender liner. The good news about this is you can see the mounting point right out in the open. We're going to carefully reach up and behind here and we'll pull that out of place and you'll see exactly what it looks like. Now for that electrical connector, it does have a locking tab. You want to press that in and we'll disconnect this. Quick inspection of both ends there to confirm there's no corrosion. And there it is, friend. Prior to installing the brand new sensor, there's an area that we want to pay attention to. We're paying attention to the inboard side of the wheel bearing here. This is where the mounting point is. We want to make sure we give it a quick wipe with a clean rag. We're not using any type of detergents inside of this wheel bearing that can cause damage. After you've cleaned it, a thorough inspection to confirm there's no miscellaneous debris or pre-existing ABS sensor in this port. Now it's time to install the brand new ABS wheel speed sensor. We're going to start with the area that's going to go into our wheel bearing. Looking at this, you can tell I've already pre-lubricated my sealing O-ring. We'll get this in place, start in the mounting bolt, and torque that to 80 inch-pounds. We'll start getting our ABS sensor in place. We're pressing it into the wheel bearing until it bottoms out. Now that we have that torqued, we can start running the rest of our wire. We're starting at that steering knuckle. Just go ahead and press that into position. Now we're continuing with our wiring. Now we do have this small hooked area that will go onto our flex hose, but we're going to save that for when we're actually installing that caliper. So let's continue on with the areas that press into the plastic clips on the brake flex hose. Line them up, press them on. After we've done that, we're continuing up towards the very top of that flex hose. We have the mounting bracket. The ABS wheel speed sensor wiring harness has a small slot in the grommet for that to fit into. We'll just bring this into position. We have our brand new clip. Line it up, press that in. Double check to make sure your ABS wheel speed wire is properly secured as we continue on up along the top next. Now up here, we're going to press the two connectors together. Listen for a click. After an audible click, a tug. Now we're going to get this in place along the inboard side of the fender liner. Should be able to see those two tabs protruding through once you get them aligned. Now for this, if for some reason your locking tabs were broken, you can use a wire tie. Just make sure that everything's secured. Let's clean the mating surface on our wheel bearing hub and the backside of our brake rotor. Parts cleaner, wire brush if necessary. After cleaning that, it's a good idea to use some anti-seize on the mounting surface. This will help you out in the future. After cleaning the backside of the rotor as well, we can install that. We'll just take one of our lug nuts, start that on there. This is going to hold the rotor so it does not fall off and potentially hurt us while we continue on along the backside. Now we're bringing the caliper into position. Make sure that your flex hose is not twisted. I've cleaned the threads on each one of my mounting bolts and applied some red thread locker. For these, we're going to start them in, snug them up, and the torque will be 83 foot-pounds. Now, of course, we're going to continue on with our final securing point for the ABS wire. Just go ahead and line that up and press it onto the brake hose. Double check to make sure everything's properly seated and not hanging in some way where it can potentially get damaged while you're driving down the road. Let's get this lug nut off of here. And now it's time to reinstall our wheel. Let's prepare to reinstall our driver's side front wheel. We'll get it in place and start on all 6 of our 21mm lug nuts. For the lug nuts, we're going to start each of them on. Once they're all started on, we can bottom them out. We'll get the wheel safely back down on the ground. Now with the driver's side front wheel down on the ground, we can continue on torquing each one of our 21mm lug nuts to 150 foot-pounds in a crisscross manner. Now if you have a center cover, let's install that now. For the center cover, there's one area that you want to pay attention to. You're going to find that you have this small prying area. If you were looking at the rim itself, you'll find that you have a notch to align that with. The notch is going to be located closest to your valve stem. We'll align this and tap it into place. Double check, make sure it's secure.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. the only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.